Enjoying the show? You can help others find it and enjoy it too by giving us a 5-star rating or review. If you feel like reaching out to us with a question or comment, you can send us an email at mywifetherd@gmail.com. And don't forget to visit our website at mywifethedietitian.com, as well as our social media pages. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Enjoy the show. It's Rob and Sandra from My Wife the Dietitian, and this is Nutrition Nuggets.
This is Nutrition Nuggets, Rob.
Yes, it is, Sandra.
And I wanted to say, don't leave the grocery store without buying some herbs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Herbs, eh?
Herbs.
I never think of buying herbs.
Well, I know
guess
you don't.
You always do. They're always in the house, so I never think of buying them. Well, that's not true. I buy cilantro.
Okay.
I love cilantro. It's tasty.
Yeah.
Like, it adds so much. Well, herbs, period, add so much flavor for such a little bit of, like, for their size. They pack a punch.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. They're kind of like a pinch versus a cupful with the other leafy greens.
Mm-hmm.
But they're so good for us. Like, they are the food that talks to our genes and helps activate different detox systems in our liver. And really? Yeah, they're so healthy, so good for us.
Huh.
Yeah, like what you mentioned, cilantro,
mm-hmm.
It can help reduce heavy metals in the body with their detoxifying effects.
Really?
Yeah, they help the liver work better, just like cruciferous vegetables that we've talked about many times. But we're going to focus today on herbs. And it was interesting. I was in a prenatal group today. And for sometimes we do like an icebreaker, and there's these little conversation cards that we just pull a random one out. And the facilitator said, would you rather never be able to taste anymore, like have any taste,
mm-hmm.
or only see black and white with no color?
What did people say?
What would you say?
I think I'd want to taste.
Mm-hmm.
I think I could deal with black and white.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think taste adds a lot more than color does.
Interesting.
I think
I kind of someone who's blind, or if someone doesn't see very well, I bet their other senses are heightened.
Mm-hmm.
Taste is one of them, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's an interesting thing to think about. And most people around the circle said the same thing as you. And then one person said, well, I'm an artist and I really, really appreciate color. And so color is really important in my world. So I think I'd let go of taste. And I was talking about how with my work in oncology nutrition, with people who lose their taste because they're having cancer treatment and they can't taste their favorite flavors anymore, or things don't taste the same. Also, I think there was like COVID side effects. Some people, like long COVID, have like loss of taste.
Yeah.
And so it is something that's affected, and it really affects quality of life.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, seeing color does too, though, or not seeing color. I mean, that's a tough question.
Totally. I know.
Yeah.
And it's funny because this person said, well, I'm an artist, I need color. And I said, and being in the kitchen cooking or baking is kind of like artistry too. It's creative, mm-hmm. and you use, the color on the plate. So you want the rainbow of color, and you want taste. And so it's a really tough question, and it's something that hopefully we won't ever have to think about or have to decide.
Mm-hmm. I think the question is based on things that sort of speak to your senses. Like another version would be, like never hear music again. Mm-hmm. Like something that's for your ears, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are tricky.
Isn't that interesting? And like people, and we've talked about Ozempic and other weight loss medications, and part of it is the loss of appetite, or you don't want to eat anymore,
mm-hmm.
and maybe the taste is affected. So, I mean, a lot of people are taking that. So we'd love to hear from listeners if you are taking Ozempic or another GLP-1 antagonist medication for weight loss or blood sugar control, to see if that is affecting your taste and if you've had a reduced sense of, flavor with food, and is this affecting quality of life? Because that's the other thing. Maybe it's a goal that people want is like to lose weight and not eat as much. And so, reducing taste might help them do that. But I really think that taste of food and fluids are part of our quality of life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, okay, let's get on with this. So don't leave the grocery store without fresh herbs, unless you have a herb garden, but try to include herbs every day in your daily intake of food because they are so important for our body's health and for anti-inflammatory, they're antioxidants. We know they can, reduce inflammation. So anti-inflammatory, like we know that turmeric, we did an episode with Bushra, episode 131, Spice Up Your Taste Buds. And that's all about Moroccan spices. And we did one, a Nutrition Nugget 70 Best Herbs for the Kitchen. Mm-hmm. So there's lots of good information in those episodes too. But it is really important to try to include some herbs because they are like ounce for ounce. They're so much more potent than leafy green vegetables. And we know how important those are for our health.
Now, is there a difference between fresh herbs and dried herbs?
Yeah, there is. I mean, they're more concentrated, but fresh are really great. Like if you can have fresh herbs, they have like the fresh flavor. Mm-hmm. They're easy to rip and put into a salad. Like you just tear them up and that brings out the aromatic qualities.
Right.
So you can smell it. Like I'm always grabbing herbs, aren't I?
Oh, always.
I'm always putting them under your nose. Same with the kids.
We'll go for a walk in someone's neighborhood. That's I should say someone's neighborhood. We'll go any neighborhood. And Sandra will be like picking herbs out of someone's garden as we're walking past their fence and jamming them in my face. Going, oh, smell this.
Oh, they're so good.
That's so funny. And they always smell good though. I mean,
yeah.
It's a quirky habit, but I appreciate it. It's fun.
Yeah. Well, so compared to lettuce, parsley has 3 times the vitamin A, 4 times the calcium, 5 times the iron, 17 times the vitamin K, the blood clotting, 44 times the vitamin C, and parsley has 8 times the antioxidant amount.
Wow, really?
Yeah, yeah. So they're just so loaded with nutrition and antioxidants. You remember we talked about free radicals and how a good analogy is a 2-legged stool. So if you're if you're exercising a lot, you're creating a lot of free radicals and oxidation. Mm-hmm. So it's like kind of like rust on a car where it like oxidizes and it's not great. So we need to make sure we're having enough antioxidants to like quench those free radicals or call them like to
soak them up.
Yeah. To basically add that third leg for that 3-legged stool. So that they're more stable.
I see. Okay.
Because otherwise they're unstable and then they wreak havoc in your cells. And so if you are constantly under stress or working out too much or, modern living, just like with, pollution or smoking or all these different things, heavy metals, these can all affect how our cells are working and our metabolism is working.
Mm-hmm, right.
So we do need to make sure that we're getting some important nutrients in our diet. And we talk about this all the time, whole, minimally processed foods. We want that plate ratio. And with your vegetable part of the plate, it'd be great to include herbs, fresh herbs.
It's interesting. You're talking about parsley and how like nutritious it is. Mm-hmm. When you go to a restaurant, it's like the little decoration on the plate.
Yeah.
Probably the most nutritious thing on the plate, but it's just there for decoration.
And most people don't eat it.
No,
I know. Funny. It's so true. The same with, you're right. It's a garnish.
Yeah. And you don't need to like gnaw on it just by itself, but you tear it apart and sprinkle it on whatever you're eating and just add it to that
Yeah. And you probably know, like, it purifies, like it kind of, it freshens your breath. Have you heard of that?
Oh, yeah.
Parsley freshens your breath.
I think that was the intention. Like, you're supposed to eat it after your meal to freshen your breath or to cleanse your palate or whatever. That's kind of probably how it started.
Yeah, right.
Like,
and it doesn't wilt as much as like a piece of lettuce if that was on your plate.
Mm-hmm. And, I mean, it does look pretty, but I think there's probably a culinary purpose for it, like specifically parsley, I mean.
Absolutely. So it also deodorizes. I mean, when we counsel people who have ostomies, like colostomy or ileostomy bag, and if they want to, reduce the smell, parsley is something that we suggest to eat because that helps to deodorize or reduce the smell. So, there is something with parsley. It's like it's the chlorophyll. That's, big part of the green part, So all green leafy vegetables have those. So those are awesome. And it can neutralize carcinogens. So really helpful for anti-cancer and also can counter toxins. So yeah, there's just, parsley's great. Thyme, it's an antioxidant also, an anti-inflammatory.
Did you say parsley's a great time?
Yeah.
I guess you could have a whole bunch of it. You have a really good time.
And cilantro. Yeah. Thyme actually is what's in it. It's the chemical called thymol, and it's in the vapor rub, so it helps with respiratory problems. Oh,
really? That's that really strong, spicy smelling.
Yeah.
Okay, that's thyme.
Yeah. And it also has that lutein and zeaxanthins, so super good for
your eyeballs.
Eye health,
yes.
That's right. Beta carotene, vitamin K, and vitamin A. Yeah. And also, I mean, there's so much to talk about, but I know it's a nutrition nuggets. And rosemary, actually, I put a sprig of rosemary when I make our chicken, like when we make a whole chicken.
And that's all you can smell.
So good, eh?
It is, yeah, it's tasty.
So good. But that has a similar effect to Aricept, which is a drug for Alzheimer's. It helps prevent the breakdown of acetylcholine. And we've talked about acetylcholine before. It's a neurotransmitter in the brain that helps with memory. And we need to make sure we're getting enough choline, which is a big molecule. It's like a vitamin B. It's in egg yolks.
Right.
And edamame and other foods. So, yeah, we've done episodes about choline before and how important that is in our daily intake of, a nutrient that's super important part of acetylcholine, which is the neurotransmitter in the brain. So rosemary can actually help prevent the breakdown of acetylcholine.
Perfect.
And it smells delicious. It's like a little pine tree, eh?
Yeah, they're like the little needles, right? They're like a little pine needle.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're neat.
And the cool thing, the other really neat thing, like if you have a garden and if you've tried to grow vegetables, and sometimes at this point of this summer, like in August, people are frustrated because, there's so much water that you need and it's just like the weeds and all that. Well, herbs, they just keep growing. They grow in the worst soil. They just keep growing. People have to pull them out to like get rid of them, but don't get rid of them. Keep them. They're like little medicine cabinets in your vegetable garden.
Wasn't there one growing where our chickens are?
Yeah.
And it just like everything else is like done, but that thing was just like a bush.
Totally.
And it just kept
lavender.
Going.
Yeah.
Well, was it lavender?
Yeah, it was lavender.
Okay, yeah.
So good. Yeah, it's so good. And oregano, that's one that I think we might have talked about that on our Sexy Foods episode, like way back.
I recall that, yeah.
Because it actually, in homeopathy, they use it for increasing sexual excitability.
Really?
Yeah.
Well then.
And it's got 4 times the antioxidant activity as blueberries, which we know that blueberries are so loaded with nutrition and are great antioxidant. We know how important those blue fruits and vegetables with those blue skins, those polyphenols. Well, the oregano actually has more antioxidant activity than blueberries.
Wow.
Actually, there's a book called The Cure is in the Cupboard. It's Dr. Cass Ingram. and it's a book about oregano and how nutritious it is. It's loaded with calcium, magnesium, zinc, potassium, copper, boron, manganese, iron, vitamin C, vitamin A, B3.
Wow.
So it's just loaded.
Holy.
Well, that's the thing with all the fresh herbs. They have so many micro minerals and micronutrients. So it's just, they're great with the green leafy part of the plant, but also they have those minerals, which are really important for our, all of our daily functions,
right,
and to help with, especially if we're exercising a lot and we have a lot of oxidation happening, we need to have these systems working better for us.
Wow, that's really cool.
Yeah, it's so cool. So definitely try not to leave the grocery store without buying some fresh herbs. The kind, like the plant that you grow is the best one. Like if you can buy the actual plant.
Yeah, we got a basil plant that just lives on our kitchen table.
Yeah, I just bought another one today.
Yeah, no, they're awesome.
I know, they're so delicious. Yeah, basil is another one. It's just so great. And, you know, there's lots of kind of common pairings like basil and tomato and dill and salmon and rosemary and chicken. So, you know, the cool thing is these herbs are so flavorful. They give so much taste to our food without sodium, without extra salt, and they are easy to grow. Like they're pretty resilient, and they, you know, you can grow them throughout the year. Like if you have a sunny area in your kitchen.
Exactly. No, that's awesome. And what was that episode again that you mentioned? Because we did sort of talk about how to use them, which ones are good for different things. It was a nutrition nuggets, I think you mentioned in the beginning. 70, yeah. So check that out. That's will give you some ideas of what you can do with these different herbs. So that's it for today. Thanks for joining us. If you want more information on what we're doing and on nutrition and health and all those good things, check out our website. It's mywifethedietitian.com. You can also join our weekly newsletter. That is free to join. Lots of tips, recipes, different information there as well. So that's worthy of signing up for. You can also find us on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Feel free to reach out to us there. We love hearing your comments. We love hearing your feedback, and rating and reviewing. That's a great way to give us feedback. There should be a way to do that on most of the podcast players. So love hearing what you have to say.
And if you liked this episode, push subscribe, and then you will get our next one that comes out, and it might be Ask the Pharmacist. That'll be coming up again soon.
Exactly. And share with a friend. That's always a great way to help us along and help your friend as well. So that is it for this week. We'll be back next week with a full episode. So until then, have a fantastic weekend. Thanks for joining us today on My Wife the Dietitian. If you like what you heard, don't be shy. Leave us a comment or review, and be sure to share our podcast with your friends. If you'd like to hear more, hit that subscribe button. You can also follow us on our social media pages for updates, episode trailers, and other odds and ends. For more info and links on what we discussed on today's episode, check the show notes. We'll be back next week with another informative and fun-filled episode.